So today I have a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Will Nash, and it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So you said that you're on 96.7 Chime.
Yeah, I'm at Chime 96.7. I've been there for just over a month, so I'm still new to KW. I'm still new to this area, but it's been amazing so far. Just kind of getting on air, getting to know the audience a little bit, learning about KW and Cambridge and Guelph and all the surrounding areas. So it's been I've been welcomed here so much. Like, it's been like a big hug coming to KW.
That's amazing. So tell me about yourself. So how long have you been in the radio industry?
Oh my goodness, I probably have been in radio maybe 16 years from starting out to now. I guess it's been 16 years.
Wow, that's a while. So you started in your late 20s, you said?
Yeah, I was actually probably in my early 20s when I started, and I started out working for free at a radio station. I was on a street team, handing out promotional items at different events, and then eventually I got part-time working in promotions, and then I got full-time. But for me, I always wanted to be on air. So wanting to be on air was always a goal. And then so I eventually was just, talking to different announcers and learning how to put together a demo tape, and then figuring out how to submit those to program directors, and just trying to get noticed, right? So for me, being on air was always what I wanted to do. And then just always learning, and from people who were already doing what I wanted to be doing to finally get to that position,
You said that you're also on 99 Virgin. Do you have a station that you most like being on in your experience?
Yeah, before being at Chime, I was with Virgin Radio Toronto, which was a fantastic experience. Working in Toronto was always something that I wanted to do because I grew up a little outside of this area. I grew up in Ajax, which is just the suburbs east of Toronto. So I grew up listening to a lot of Toronto radio, right? And so for me to be able to, get a job at that station for me was a big thing. And, I got to do so many cool things when I was there. I got to interview a lot of different celebrities. I ended up hosting a listener trip to 40 people in the Dominican. That was so much fun. It was called Work. And, but yeah, now I'm here in Kitchener. I'm here at Chime, and, pretty much, it's Kitchener's perfect music mix, so it's easy listening if you're in the car, at home, at work, if you have kids. It's you're gonna hear it everywhere.
It's actually one of my top 3. I listen to 915, I listen to 96.7,
Yeah.
And then I listen to 103.5.
Yeah. Well, it's a variety, right? You want it, depending on what you're doing or depending on who you're with, maybe if you're in the car with your friends versus if you're in the car with your parents, that sort of thing, right? The vibe is going to be a little bit different every time. So, but, like I said, I've only been here for a month, and it's, do you know the Boardwalk? That's where we're located.
Yes, I do. I've been to 96. I've talked to Bradley before. I've known Adele.
Is it Brady?
Brady.
Yeah.
I met Adele before, and then Lisa Drew's actually one of my teachers too.
Oh, Lisa's amazing. Adele's amazing. Everyone there has just been so welcoming and so open and so receptive. It's such, if you ever got the opportunity to go back there again, it's just such an open, warm reception over there. And I think that part of the reason why they're so successful, again, I'm new here, so I'm just learning this, but it's because there's just such a positive energy in the building, and it exudes on the airwaves. And then when they're on location, when they're out there, it's become really a heritage station in Kitchener. A lot of people like yourself probably grew up listening to it, being from here, and it's just a fantastic environment. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have grown up listening to it, and I don't know, I feel even when I walked in, I felt just so welcoming. Everyone said, "Hi, how are you?" and who are you? And oh, that's so cool that you listen to one of your teachers.
Yeah.
I don't know, and then everyone was just so happy and welcoming, smiling. I actually listened to Lisa and her morning drive. I was there in the morning.
Yeah.
I listened to her show
On 570 News.
On 570.
Yeah.
So it was so cool to see it happening in person.
And you know what? Like, I've been fortunate to have worked at like a number of radio stations in my career so far. And you always remember that first day at a new job, right? And I think that and I'm not just saying this, like my first day at Chime, I was blown away by how friendly people were, how nice they were, how people were like, oh, if you need to know anything about Kitchener, if you need to know where to grab lunch, if you need to know like how to get out of here, it's like everyone there was just so receptive. And I think that the reason why they're that way is because they generally are doing what they want to do. Like they're on the radio, they're working at like the 3 stations in that building are the top 3 stations in Kitchener. So it's like, they're happy, they're putting out good work, they have a proven track record, like thanks to people who are listening, and if they're following on social media, like that sort of a thing, like, without people listening, there'd be no success story, right? So that's why I always say thank you for listening, like that it just means so much, right? And then you're able to kind of create that connection.
I agree. Do you have any like creative work projects that you really happy that you did?
Yeah, like even like outside of Chime even sort of thing. Yeah, like there's something that I've kind of been doing, and I've done it before and I'm planning on bringing it back. So what it is, it's similar to this. It's actually like a Facebook Live show that I do. It's called Will Nash Live, and I produced it with a company called Social Remote. And essentially it literally is exactly what we're doing right now, where you go into social media, I go live, and essentially like I will flood questions from people who, maybe it's something that's happening in the celebrity world. Maybe it's something they've seen me post on social media. They will interact with me, and then I think it kind of like allows me to have that connection with people who are supporting me online. And I've done it where I've done them on my own, and I've done like a solo show, and then I've also done it where I've had a co-host and I've had somebody come on with me, and whether it's you're talking about, whether we're bantering off a topic or whatever it is, it's, people tell me that it's kind of like watching a talk show.
I just need to check.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, still recording,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
And so that's if you get a chance to check out Facebook, it's facebook.com/Will Nash is on air, and I'm active on, as you know, we're Instagram friends.
Yeah,
So
I always check like anybody radio. I'm always checking to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
How to like stay updated, even if you're like in the media world and you're still trying to
figure out what to do, right? And that's important too. Like if you're just starting out, I always say that, look at what everybody is doing and don't copy them, but kind of like begin to create, like, you have to figure out what's your brand. What do you want to get out there? Are you into fashion? Are you into music? Are you a foodie? Or, like, what are you passionate about? Like, what makes Sonya Sonya? What makes Will Will, right? And I think that that's the stuff that you kind of have to figure out, because really, like, when you're putting yourself on social media, you're presenting yourself, right? In the same way when you're watching somebody on TV, on YouTube, listening to them on the radio. So it's about kind of putting that, like an accurate representation, but like a representation of yourself, is what I say. And I love it. I love radio, I love media, I love social media. As you know, I'm always on it. And I think that when you put all those things together, you just help to really build a profile for yourself. And, you really just help, people feel connected to you. 20 years ago, if you listened to the radio, you could listen to the radio, you probably didn't know what the DJ looked like, and you'd have to actually call into the radio station to even speak to them. Whereas now, in social media, you can be on Instagram, and then you could send me a DM and say, hey, I'm listening to your show. And then I can go on the radio, and I say, Chime 96.7, Sonya just sent me a message on Instagram, let's send this next song out to her, it's Shawn Mendes on Chime. It's just, it's so interactive, and like that's the beauty about social media is, everything is literally right here at your fingertips, and you can, if you use it properly, you can really build your network. Like I would have never met you or never known you if you didn't connect to me on social media. We probably wouldn't be sitting here now.
No, I think I connected with you on YouTube and on Instagram, and then we just message back.
You cross paths back and forth, right? And like that's what I love about 2019. Like I know some people are like, oh, like it's changed, social media, people get addicted to it, and it's beside your bed so you can't sleep. But it's like you have to look at it for what it can offer you too. Like things like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of these platforms allow you to connect to people like you've never connected before.
I agree, because like even I'm constantly on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or on my phone, and people are like, "Sonya, get off your phone." Who are you texting? And I'm like, "Sorry, I'm networking on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm not texting anybody." Even my parents like, "Sonya, get off your phone," and I'm like, "I'm networking on Instagram." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
And you are, because like I said, like you reached out to me, and then we were conversing for a while, and I know we were trying to get it together, and then we just couldn't get it together, and then today it worked out great, and it's like. But then you have the ability, because maybe like I feel like I kind of already know you before I met you, because we've been chatting on Instagram and I see your posts and whatever, right? And it's like that is the beauty of social media, and especially if you're in media like you are and like I am, and it's like you have the ability to kind of combine those two worlds and then put it out there in the universe, and then people will engage with you, people will contact you.
I agree. Like, how would people?